Ooh, welcome back, Heavenlies. This is Heaven's Army playing The Matrix Awakens. Warner Bros? Okay, so there's gotta be a bigger story here than I'm not even ready for this. Unreal Engine 5, everybody. We're gonna be testing the PlayStation 5 limits all the way. Why is there a cat paw? You know this tech demo won't last you very long. I would hope not. Enter the Matrix? Oh, settings, please. So I have yet to watch a Matrix movie. I got to invert the Y-axis, control rumble. Sure, all of it on. I don't know anything about the Matrix other than like the guy dodging the bullets in the memes. And the guy jumping, and then it cuts to somebody missing and crashing into a dumpster. Stuff like that. That's the Matrix to me. I think it would be really cool to get into the Matrix. I probably might even like it because it'd be like a sci-fi computer world. Like, listen, I'm winging this. I shouldn't be winging stuff like this, but the action in the movies would be great for you. The rest of the movie is too high age rated for you. What? Wait, is this a bad movie? This is an adult movie? I had no idea. I assumed that this movie would be for kids. Mel's telling me this is an adult rated movie, so now I can't watch it. Well, never mind. Forget it. I never want to watch the movies then. I thought that these were just normal movies that anyone can watch. Never mind. Anyway, let's enter. People are scaring me when there's the whole world's gone really bad. The Matrix, which is these green numbers. Is this gonna give me movie spoilers? Cause I don't know. I'm just gonna hop into this and see what happens.
I'm Thomas Anderson. Like many of you, I work with computers.
I work with computers.
I like the freedom I feel outside the limitations of the real world.
Me too. Me too.
But computers are also mirrors.
Ooh.
Reflecting back who and what we are and the choices we make.
There's a really
the worlds we build.
Great man.
They also confront us with questions about why we want to choose this over that. Why we want to make X instead of Y.
Why is those chairs so old?
Ideas of who we are and what we want even come from.
You take the red pill, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Take the red pill, then.
This isn't real. What is real? How do you define real?
For instance, I'm not even sure why I'm here.
Okay. What's happening?
I remember waking up and thinking that I'm supposed to come here. That it was important for me to ask people, how do we know what is real? Hi, I'm Keanu Reeves.
That's the real Keanu Reeves?
Over 20 years ago, I first played the character Thomas Anderson in the Matrix trilogy.
So young.
Those films pioneered
There, this scene.
cinema with shots like bullet time. Back then, we talked a lot about where the digital age might take cinema and narrative.
We've seen this.
In an industry where actors have tried to remain perpetually young, we wondered about digital faces that could become immortal.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Carrie-Anne Moss, and I played Trinity in the Matrix films.
Trinity?
20 years ago, we asked ourselves how long it would be before faces and bodies could be changed as easily as we change clothes.
We wondered, what would identity mean in a completely digital world?
And what would reality mean when a world we can build feels as real as our own?
Ooh. I'm liking the concept, but... Why can cops not drive in games and movies?
They were fine with your theoretical mumbo jumbo, but they needed some sexy action.
Is this sexy action?
The marketing people.
Marketing people?
Marketing? I thought we were supposed to have total creative control.
There's ads in
Welcome to the Matrix.
in the Matrix now? Bus! The cops just can't drive. There was 3 cops, 2 blew up, and there's still 2 cops? The Matrix is a mystery.
I sometimes miss this version of us.
Me
What the hell
Oh,
are you doing back there?
when you get back there?
Sorry, I was told this is a sim preparing me to fight the system.
Right on. You know about this?
Yeah.
It's all supposed to be a little unreal.
Oh, is this like 3D?
Word of advice. Agents are bad. But whatever you do, stay the hell away from marketing.
From marketing?
See you soon.
What do you mean? You're try. That man just flew away.
So, what now?
Haven't you ever watched a movie before?
Oh no, it's the.
Shoot the tires.
I can I can shoot the tires. Wait, what?
Keep them off us. You drive.
Wait, am I playing right now? Get out of my way, normal car! And truck!
Dodge this.
Oh my goodness! This is an action game! I was ill prepared for this! Okay. Yeah, I was shooting as much as I could!
My pleasure.
Lose the roof?
Sorry, boys.
Sorry, boys!
Have a helicopter.
Listen. I thought this was a demo! Welcome to the PlayStation 5 graphics, everybody. This is beautiful. I love the graphics already. The shading. The sounds. Oh, it sounds good. The convertible. Am I driving? Okay, I'm not driving.
Up ahead.
Okay, I don't like this.
Just don't give up. Watch out.
There's explosions. There's fire. There's so many people changing into people with suits. Ooh.
Boys are gonna get a kick out of this.
What'd it do other than be automatic, right?
Come and get it.
Oh, just hold it down, everybody! My kind of. Ooh. That's a Porsche.
Too many of them. You again. Hold steady.
Don't come towards us either. Okay. Well, everybody, I was here to play the little Matrix thingy. I assumed it was a short little demo.
Time to blow this box down.
Do I shoot? I actually had to move the right analog stick to it. Oh. Oh, that's even cooler. Well, everybody. It's been minutes and I have caused all of this destruction. Oh my goodness, this is why they don't let me do anything other than play video games. Yeah, this is it. This is all CGI in game visuals. It's you mean to say the graphics are so good now you can't even tell when it's video game or cutscene? Yeah, that's how amazing graphics has come lately. Remember back in the day when they showed like fancy cutscenes and you played the game and it was a hot mess of just pixels? Toggle mass AI visualization. Toggle mass AI visualization. What? They're all cubes! Everything's a cube! Lumen, toggle day and night. Oh, I like the night. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave it day because usually night. No, you know what? Let's test it. Night has always been bad in PlayStation 3 and 4. The dark spots were too dark. The bright spots were too bright. XSplit couldn't handle the thing. Toggle nanite visualization. What? Chaos. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm seeing right now. What? Higher display resolution. Toggle displayed rendered pixels. Also moving. Rendered pixels? I'm hitting the button and then... Oh, I'm playing as her. Okay. Speed up. Speed down, speed up. Whoa, whoa, altitude up and down. Oh my goodness. And I could go back to walk? This is awesome. Look how pretty this is. Man, I was gonna be missing out on a PS5 for years and years and years, maybe. And then all of a sudden I get one of the best donations of my life, a PlayStation 5 and a Nintendo Switch. And I'm now able to play games that look like this. Yeah, I can't wait in like 80 years from now when we look back on the PlayStation 5 graphics and we like, look how horrible that is! All the rooftops are the same. They didn't even like customize each rooftop and stuff and be like, okay, well, I've recently played a 1990 Nintendo game, and by far, this blows the graphics out of the water. It's about how much stuff they have running fluently on one screen at once. And yeah, indeed. Ooh, I like the triangle down there. Oh man. My bad, I'm floating out in space, by the way. Yeah, my bad. I just wanted to see. We're still floating. Oh no, don't tell me my OBS is dropping all of its connections again. It's so weird. Anyway. Okay, it stopped. We've reached the limit. If I hit triangle. Whoa, that was awesome. Okay, cool. Sprint and wait, fly? Oh, okay. I thought it meant actual she can fly around. Dismiss controls? Can I drive any car I want? That's not a Porsche. It looks very much like one in the front, but not in the back. Honk honk! Oh, okay, okay. Why is no vehicles moving? Okay, I am a live streamer. Don't do this at home. Okay, how far back can I? Oh, there's people on the sidewalks. This is all Matrix, right? None of these people are real. Don't look at me. I'm about to do something that I would not realize I'm allowed to do. Don't turn around. Okay, I'll just pretend that I'm parked here, and then when they don't see anything. Okay, here's where you see a person who's never driven. Drive. Oh no! Okay, it turns really fast. I'm going the wrong way? No, we're on the road! Okay. 70. No, don't pull it in front of me, please. 90. No people! Ah, okay. Oh, I did not want to hit them. Even if it's not real. Okay, I can't wait this long. Oh no, the lights are green! The lights are green! Don't honk at me, I know what I'm doing! Oh, I can't see. The glare! Don't worry about it. Oh! It's so realistic! No, this doesn't happen like this, does it? Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Out of the car. Who's driving me? All of the cars... Wait, what? One of the cars turned to green goo and disappeared. You saw that, right? I want to... Can I get a gun? Can I get a gun? Alright, either way, we're running. We're running away from the scene. I want a really, really, really fast car. Listen, no 90, 100 miles per hour. Well, I'm talking, I want like Bugatti speeds. And none of these cars look like they can go Bugatti speeds. I'm looking for cars. Listen, okay, so we got this thing called ray tracing. We got stuff with the beautiful reflections, how shiny and pretty everything looks from a super far distance. Yeah, no, I'm liking this. They're just showing off how good the PlayStation 5 games are gonna be. And I wonder how big the city is. Is everything moving all at once? As in, like, the whole city? I don't see any fast-looking cars. Can I find that old muscle car that she was driving? How dare the Porsche in the front, not Porsche in the back car, trick me? Okay, almost looked like a BMW. That might have went fast. I don't think there's any... No, I mean, they can't. I don't think they have, like, the normal cars that would have stuff, because they had the brand deals and all of that stuff. Hey, taxi! Okay, I'm gonna run in front of the car. Can I push the car? Okay, what are the controls again? Block. Sprint, flight, menu. Ahaha. Mega City Explorer running. Camera. Take a photo, altitude up, down, okay. Sun rotation? The crowd, the traffic, the parked cars? Crowd and traffic off. Matrix filter. This is... No traffic? Now we're talking. And no people. No people. Okay, now I won't feel so bad. Walking, driving, photo mode, and drone. Ha ha ha, we just done, end of the world. You're the last person in the world. All the cars are just parked. And you can take any car you want. So yeah, I keep going back to that car. This is the only one that looks really fast. Let's take the white one, though. Let me know if there's a faster car. I'm gonna back up a little bit. I can't see behind me, but you don't need to. Handbrake? Throttle, menu, brake, dismiss controls, okay. This is so much better! 103? Please don't let there be a turn. Brakes, I think it's a turn. Wait, what happened? Was I going so fast in the video game that when I applied my brakes, my lights and the stuff on the front of my car flew off? Either this car is poorly made, or that was something that wasn't supposed to happen in a video game. Oh, that's a tree. That's a tree. But it's okay. My car can still go full. Maybe my car will go faster. Oh, I can't unvisualize my lights flying out of my car when I hit the brakes. How am I supposed to live this down? I thought we were showcasing how amazing the PlayStation 5 would be. Faster, come on, I want to go like 4 times the speed. I want to see what happens when things get so blurry. 138. Is there a thumping noise because my car is falling apart? What happens when I crash? 144, everybody. 45. Try to keep it in the middle of the road, but 146. My car, is it because my car got a hole in the front of it that is drifting to the left, or 147? HEAVENSARMY is hitting Mach speeds right now. Look how awesome this is doing very well for going 140. I'm not stopping, my bad. Brace for impact. Okay, that was a teleportation crash? My car isn't moving. I think I killed my car. Okay, car killed. But it's okay. Can I did like no damage. Maybe this is not, you're not supposed to crash, maybe. Yeah, cause that just like didn't even load. Okay. I'm just testing the limitations of the PS5. Ooh, a nice high-up vehicle? Or I want like an even higher vehicle. Are you fast? You don't look fast though, you see? You don't look sporty like these cars. Okay, I'm gonna take this one. Oh, I almost hit that already? Wow. I almost crashed the instant I drove into the car. Oh boy. Come on, you big lug of a machine. Oh, it actually turns like it's actually heavy. The music is kind of nice, actually, for driving as fast as I can drive up and down this place. So, everybody, I wanted to just show this off. This was like the thing that I should have done when I first got my PS5, showing off the graphics and be like, this is what our games that I could be playing soon will look like. What happens if I do this? You don't flip over? Okay, I'm pretty sure in real life, going that fast and turning like that, you're gonna roll, and not like rock and roll either. Oh, this thing cannot turn. But it's okay. I parked it safely away, and now I can fly. Wait, can I fly on top of a building? Speed this up. We're going to the Avengers Tower. I'm joking. Let's go to a not one that's so high. Hello? Oh. I could watch TV. In the Matrix, the TV doesn't have any motion? Oh, it loaded, and I'm like, really? And then it's just like, no, you can't do that. How dare you try to load up like up there? I'm like, oh man, that's unfortunate, because I would have gladly started walking on buildings. Conquer the challenge. No, okay, so the game is like, no. You're not allowed. Oh my goodness. I have found my next target. That's right there. All I gotta do is find a nice fast car. Found one. And then count how many streets there are that I'm gonna be driving by. And then try to go to the right and hit that without utterly failing. Whoa, 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 okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, make that. Oh no! Okay, didn't break it. Make it 2. Dismiss these controls. We don't need it. Okay, stay to the right lane. Try not to crash. Did I already pass one? Already. Oh, okay, I see it. It's right there. Wicked! Good driving, man. Wait, can I drive? Oh, look at my tires go. Wait, is it only one wheel? Who would have thought that reverse? Wait, I'm actually going? Oh, we're gonna make it. Okay. Is she alright? She's fine. I like how she popped out of it. Okay. Maybe if I get something with a little bit more... Yeah, some more height to it. Oh, better idea. I feel like this will work better. Truck. Truck it. Alright, here it goes. Can I just turn left and get it without crashing? I can. Okay, everybody. I feel like that is set for me to do. 1, 2. Okay, we made it to the 90. Okay. I think I played one really, really bad game that you just use emergency handbrakes whenever you want. To 180. And this game just does not do that. Also, like, not realistic, don't do that in real life. But yeah, I tried and it just, this vehicle does not turn. This got a little bit more height to it now. And, oh, nailed it. Okay, now with all of that stuff that's all heavy, no, it didn't actually fall off. Okay, let's go slow. Am I just not hitting this? I'm just not hitting it, everybody. The problem is I gotta turn. Perfect. Parked the way it's supposed to be. If I hop into car number whatever and then remove all the cars, I'm gonna take this one. Oh, no, I didn't mean to fly. Now, the truck just poofed again. You saw it, right? The truck poofed. Start. Crowd and traffic, park cars. Thank you. I love this. If I don't touch anything, I thought it would go completely straight, and then I could just hit gas, and then it would go completely straightforward. You know what I mean? But it didn't. I could only go 32 backwards. Can I fly in a car? We'll find out in a moment. Nothing? No. Okay. Okay, gotta get over here. This car's nothing like the Porsche ripoff car. I nailed that so well. Interesting. I don't know if you could just hit this jump. Fly. Fly. Okay, that didn't work. There's no flying when you're in a car. Got it. Okay. I wanted to see if I can fly. Okay. Okay, the car is dead. I'm gonna not not... I'm gonna look at the car constantly. Are you going to disappear on me? I like how there's a signal on. Oh no, the four ways are on. Okay, I'm learning. Are you gonna poof out of existence, or do I have to like walk away from you? And if you get so far, you disintegrate. I gotta like coolly walk away from my car. Oh, nothing yet? Nothing? You're not gonna turn green? Like all the other things that disappeared? I'm gonna walk a little further away from you. You can poof now. Perhaps if I spawn in more cars. That would be really cool if I could spawn in some weapons. This thing's big and honkering, isn't it? My goodness. Oops. No! I turn away for 1 nanosecond, 1 matrix second, and the vehicles are just gone. The game turns the camera without me turning it. Okay, I think I have to crash a car, and then it'll disappear. Every time the camera turns, the car's unspawn. But if they're gonna stay there, then I'm not gonna crash into you. Every time the camera turns away, it despawns the cars. That's weird, right? I'm already doing 60. Yeah, this car's epic then. Yes! Ladies and gents, I've actually achieved my dream on this game. I shall say. Car still works too. Okay, now, unfortunately, my car does not disappear until the camera turns to a point where it, like, by the time you spin around, the car is gone. Yeah, okay. I believe, like, it doesn't matter how far I go. It's just every time I look away, my car that's precariously parked disappears. No? Okay. Interesting. Is there like a time limit? I want to see a car fizzle out of the Matrix existence. But you know what? This has been fun. This has been a nice little... I would love to be able to just do a little bit more, but this is just like a free little demo thing that showed up on the PS and PlayStation. Can't say it at the same time, apparently. 5, and I was just like, I should play this whenever I get like a moment, because I want to see what these PlayStation 5 games could do. And what is this? Matrix? I didn't crash. I didn't hit that jump over there. The truck way over there and jump my car and crash it. This is the Matrix, and I'm gonna fly away now. What are you talking about? I'm leaving, May. Heaven is going to the Skyward Sword area. Anyway, I wish I could land on buildings. Okay, up is R2, but R1 is speed. Yeah, it throws me off. So welcome to the Matrix, everybody. Showing off the PlayStation 5. I literally just thanked you a little while ago for giving me a chance to play games with that's this pretty. Okay, let's spawn into people, because I kind of like removed everybody. It's kind of weird. Whoop, and whoop. Okay, sun rotation. Awesome. Exposure compensation? Vertical. Can I do anything with that or no? Cool. So the driving seems very unrealistic. Ah, you stopped. Now is somebody driving this? I can't throw them, you know what I mean? I can't be like, what did the police do? In the movies, they're like, this is the police, I need to confiscate your car or something? Come on, you know what the thing is. I'm gonna drive this car, because it's the fast one. And it's my kind of color, so... So yeah, whoa, this is a wild car. She's a bit wild. Okay, if I know anything about Burnout Paradise, is that I could drive like this, and I won't crash, because I am a master driver. Oh, and I didn't hit anybody. Master driver. You thought I was gonna crash. Brakes, 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 go. Wait, that's a bridge. Ooh, can I go up there? Please let me go up there. Oh no, don't mind me. Ah, these things are in the way. These things that are here are in my way. Okay, I can't. This car is rubbish. This car can't drive. It's the car's fault, not mine. Can I jump that? Can I jump that? That's the only question we need to know in the Matrix. Can you jump these jumps? Glad you seem to be enjoying this, lol. Have a good night. You as well. Ooh, no, I don't want the van. Van's slow. Truck slow. Where's my fake Porsche at? I'm on the road. There's one. I'm on the road. All you need to do is just drive straight. Remove all the... Hey, I'm walking here! Okay, and then we'll go. I'll remove traffic because I'm gonna crash. There's too many cars in the way. Now with the power of the Matrix, I can just delete people out of existence. Oh no, it's not a jump. It's not a jump. Oh, it's still like a highway thing. Maybe it'll not be finished though, and that would be cool. Oh, this is fun. Anyway, the graphics, I can see the reflective lights from the sun onto the buildings. It's ray tracing, I was told, is amazing, and you're seeing it in action. The reflections are just so wonderful. They're not like the fake reflections that we've been seeing recently. It's actually like if you're moving and you put your hand up. I didn't crash. It's literally the reflection of that. It's wonderful. The lighting, the shading, how nice. This is. I'm glad I finally did this. I should have did this a while ago. I didn't touch the wall. Lies. Okay, I could turn sharp like this, so I won't crash. Got it. Okay. If you're all like Heavens, you're such a good driver. You should play what I can't believe people are recommending this game. I still have more recommendations for me to play Gran Turismo than I have of like games that I've been recommending. Like, you know, let's finish off Final Fantasy 7 and 8 one of these years. Let's get back into those like crazy old PlayStation 1 RPG games that I can't no longer play anymore, sadly. with no time. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, I'm getting like weird game recommendations. Now, for weird games, oh no. I kind of want to play like another Tekken game. I know like Tekken 8's not out yet, but if it ever came out, I would probably want to play it. I'm not going to go out of my way to get it. But can I get on the other side of the highway? I feel like I'm driving on the wrong side. And there's always this wall of divider, which is nice, because that's all this, everything should have this divider. Wait, am I off the highway? Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. We're gonna crash. So when you go fast, this car makes weird noises. Just so you know. If you jam on the brakes, all your lights fall out of your car. It did it again, didn't it? I knew it! Why does that happen? Why, when I touch my brakes... Oh, wait. If I crash like this... That guy just digitalized into the thing and then came back? Cool. This is the Matrix after all. But why, when I touch my brakes, does my lights fall out? Anybody who's driven a real car, if you're going really fast and you jam on your brakes, does all of your lights come out of your front of your car? Because in this game it does, and I need to know now for science reasons if that's what's going to happen. I want to keep my eye on this car because it's totally gonna phase out, right? Cool, I got to see it this time and it just poofs and disappears. But I feel like you have to go really, really far away and then it despawns it. Yeah, and it's just too far away. I want to be nice and close. Good thing I don't drive. What do you mean? Do you believe that that would happen to you? If you touch the brakes? Okay. Let's hop into the fast car again. I mean, I could fly around the city, and I actually like flying. Oh, that car disappeared too. Okay, let's do a... Oh. I didn't crash. Wow, I'm surprised I didn't crash. I was expecting a crash. I actually made the face again that I was about to crash. A lot of things would go wrong if you do. People! Oh, I dodged him. Oh, not another... No! Oh, wait, no, I think I got... He turned green? He turned green. I don't think I dodged him. But nailed the driving. Oh no, I got a weird okay, people... Okay, that's scary. I don't like that. That actually terrifies me a little bit just to do that, but then they come back as green ghosts. So it's all a digital thing. It's not as scary as how graphical games can get. So it's less terrifying. If I jam on the brakes, do I lose the front of my bumper? I want to like turn left and right, but really, that was so anticlimactic. I actually managed to make the car roll, which was great, but like it just falls over, and when I crashed into a wall, it just loaded up the car parked. Yeah, it's very strange. Don't mind me, you can still take the crosswalk if you want. No? Okay, well, we're here forever. Fly away. Fly away. Nobody will know it was me because I can fly. Either way, super pretty, super wonderful. Glad I just decided to do this one. I'm not in the mood to play any other game right now. So I'm glad I played this one. Are the plate numbers different? Good question. Let's find out. I will gladly test that out. That one is different. Unreal, yeah, they are. P695. So some of them, there are different ones. but then they also got copies of ones, because those two are the same. And 6DT is this one back. Ooh. Here, 6DT. Oh, that's 866, whatever, 686. Oh yeah, 866. 868. I'm saying the numbers again backwards, but yeah. So there are different plates, but then there's copies of them. So cool. Yeah, good catch. Somebody talking? I will float towards you, you know. Is this the drone? Walk menu. Walking flying drone. Descend, ascend, speed up, walk, speed down, steer, and look. It's the same as... The drone is flying. Okay, the drone. This is the drone, everybody. Speed! Oh, can I go as fast as my fake Porsche? Turning right, no crashing. Ooh, how far can I go over the water? Ooh, can I go over to the other part of this place? Because that would be crazy. Oh, no, I hit a wall. Okay. The old invisible walls are still in video games. I'm waiting for a video game to not have walls. I know in, like, anime, they do this already. The whole world is in a video game. They got the whole scale of the world in a video game. And it's a big MMO game, and it seems, to me, it seems absolutely wonderful. Because I think it'd be absolutely cool to be able to step outside and fight monsters and level up. Now, again, I don't know how they would translate that into real life / video game. I know if I hit level 1, I myself wouldn't be getting stronger. But now when I throw a punch, I used to do 1 damage, and when I throw a punch now I do 2 damage. And I could see the numbers. I would love a VR RPG game where I can walk around and level up to a thing. Not only would that be great exercise, but like, I don't know, like I would love an RPG world, at least for me. The Fantasy VIII concept of like going to a school and learning how to do everything, where the school that I made teaches you everything, cooking, just everything. The one that I made up in my little fake RPG world that I made up that I've never shown anybody, stuff like that. And like, I don't know, being able to choose to fight or not, because the world still has to have, you know, people who would farm and stuff, and people who would work at like a grocery store, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, like I would love to play a VR RPG again. Star Wars Till the End of Time. Oh, I've been holding R1 the whole time. You just it's a toggle. I'm going full speed now. Is it turning nighttime? You made what now? I mean, it's all written down on paper. I made my favorite weapon, a gunblade. I've made my own world. I took out magic out of the world because I can't explain magic. I know there's I checked every single possible way. You draw something on a piece of paper, you say it, you visualize it, you use something as a catalyst or stuff like that, but I don't have magic in my world. Now again, when I play Final Fantasy, I love magic, and when I play video games, I use magic all the time. But in my world, I took it out. I made it as realistic as possible. But you know me, I'm still Heaven's Army. In my world, here's where the change is, where people are probably gonna not like this. Everything is powered by sun and water, and everything is natural. All of the lights, everything's all solar paneled, and everything's on a big computer system. You will not be driving a car. You hop in a vehicle and you tell it where to go, and it'll drive in between the lanes and it'll take you there. There is no crashing vehicle accidents in my world. Not only that, what did I have going on? I was trying to make a lore to this. I think I have the world, the city is like up above. It's kind of like almost like a Midgar kind of thing. And down below, it's just untapped nature. Where all of the RPG fighting stuff would be. But up above, we got a whole working city that never runs out of power. There's no crashing. And crime is not a thing, because everything, like how the world is kind of going, there's cameras everywhere. And since it's an RPG world, instead of humans fighting humans, you got enough things to deal with monsters, with things that you gotta fight. So I managed to find a way to like make my world super safe and prove it with like cameras and just all of that. But my character, I did this when I was in school, and I like to think I was super young and childish, but like my dad is like a super famous person. It's kind of like Final Fantasy X. Like Jack is really famous and Tidus is following in his father's footsteps. So my dad's a really renowned fighter, a weapons fighter. I don't know if I went with like my dad is either A, makes weapons, and I chose the gunblade class. I wish I could show you my gunblade drawing, because it is nothing like you've ever seen, and it's so cool. I think it's the coolest gunblade ever. It's way better than Final Fantasy VIII's. But I don't want to, if I put it out, I have to like put like a Heaven's Army, this is my drawing, you cannot claim this as your own. But then again, it's from Final Fantasy VIII and it's a gunblade. So Square would be like, yeah, that's ours. You may have made a gunblade that's so also amazing that we've never thought to draw that design. But like, anyway, I don't know. I love my gunblade that I made. It has a huge katana on it. It's guns. My bullets don't have a casing with powder into it and it fires a little bullet. My bullets, what I would call the casing in the bullet is all one, and it fires out from the back and it fires the whole thing. And my gun is not break apartable. It's not a revolver where you split it down in two, because that's a weakness. My thing is one solid piece. There's no weaknesses. I thought of a lot of things for this funny little... I can't believe Matrix is bringing out my middle school, like in the very, very younger schools, and then like my junior, senior high. Even in senior high, I kind of faded away from it, but in junior high, I was still messing around with this world and like changing things, and like, I don't know. I probably would change a lot of things in the world now, because now that I'm older, I visualize a few more things probably better, I would hope. But yeah, I don't know. I like my little peaceful world. Everything's RPG. Magic, I can't understand how to describe magic, so I took it out of the world, although I would love to have it in my world. It's more realistic. Like, it's more like now that I look at it, it's more like the Matrix, but people are still people. But yes, robots are everywheres. Why? Because they would gladly do work. They would gladly keep things safe. They could be everywhere's monetizing? Sure, no. Monitorizing things. I would love to have a robot butler in real life. Okay? I wish to have one that'll just have food cooked for me. House spotless, even though it's actually, my house is pretty clean, not gonna lie. More spotless than it is. And like, it will just go and get groceries for me and be like, whatever I want to buy, it'll just go and pick up for me. And it will drive me around, even though my cars automatically drive themselves. Yeah, either way, I don't know. The world itself, I don't know how to describe it, but my school is like Final Fantasy VIII. You learn everything in school that you need to know for life. That literally goes for every class that we have now, plus everything that you would need outside.
Could you move a little faster, please?
Are you standing there waiting for somebody to move? I like how... Wait, are they waiting for lights? Listen, I can't fathom all of these. There's no cars coming. You can go anytime you want, but... They're still waiting. They're standing on the corner of the road. That's dangerous. Anyway, I don't know. The moments I added to my little world, because I loved my school so much, it got attacked. Oh, I just remembered something about my character that made me laugh. My character has luck. That's the one thing I made my character have that I don't. And the reason why I laugh, because in the school, the explosion knocks me out of the window. A couple stories high. We can take that amount of fall damage. But I land in like the bushes that will break my fall and it won't hurt me. I have luck like that. My character has luck. But having my school attacked, I don't know if I would want that in my world now. I know in junior high I would have thought that was a cool idea. And I gotta try to figure out like why there are some robots going bad. Why did our school get attacked by humans? That there still is evil people in the world, and it's just like, yeah, we can't stop all of it, but I don't know. I would like to have a nicer, happier world in my world at this point. The robot assassin person, yeah, see, like I would delete him out of my world now. He probably was inspired by Yojimbo? Nope, Gilgamesh. He just got swords and katanas and stuff, and he would fight you all the time. You know, that little mid-boss kind of character that that shows up and you fight him all the time. Yeah, that kind of stuff. I think that would be wonderful and lovely. Gonna slow it down. Ooh. Some of these buildings look like I've seen them in other video games before. I'm gonna word it that way. There you go. No, you don't know what I was gonna say. So yeah, I don't know. This game brought out that little memory from school of me just drawing silly things and my 4 or 5 pages of sword blades. Yeah, that's what I did. I thought of a little beautiful RPG world like Final Fantasy VIII, a little bit more realistic. There's no summons and magic, and all of that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm surprised that this game brought it out. Welcome back, nobody. How you been? Surprised that brought it out of me. Yeah, interesting. I haven't looked at that since senior high, and I probably will never go back to that little RPG world. I would prefer at this point to just play a VR RPG game. What was I talking about before? I think it was Star Ocean Till the End of Time. Again, I mentioned that twice in a rather short period of time. That had the RPG simulation fighting game into it, where you load into a room and you run around and you attack. But the room is only so big. You know what I mean? And running around the room, if you don't have the edges, you're just gonna run face first to a wall. But I like the idea. And there's no way that I could think of other than yeah, huge VR, real world VR, but you go inside and you have whatever you could see and you fight the monsters. It's the only way I could think of, because a room is not going to work. Having the floor be a ginormous ball, so that when you walk forward, the ball will walk, it'll be backwards, but it'll calibrate for you walking forward. And if you jump back, the ball would like, again, it would almost look like the ball would spin, and that would be a problem. I saw buses. Can I actually... Can I get them? But yeah, I was thinking of that, but on a treadmill, on a ball, if you jumped backwards, and then you try to land on it, and you can't see it because you got the VR goggles in your face, you're gonna land on the thing and then fall back. The treadmill's gonna keep spinning, and your feet's gonna land onto it, and it's gonna be you're gonna fall. There's no way to make a treadmill like that work, and the treadmills don't work. We've already seen people try to walk and run on those treadmill things that already exist. That technology already exists, and it's not good for what I want to do. If you want to be able to jump and roll and cartwheel out of the way, you can't do it on a treadmill. In a room, though, you could have cameras everywhere to make it all 3D and load in the monsters. The room has to be how big for you to load in a world that you can walk through, and when you walk from one end of the room to the other, like, you have to like then turn around and then walk again. It doesn't work. The room doesn't work either. So start to end of time just loads up a bigger room than you're in, and you can just run around it. It's kind of interesting. Or basically, I guess till the end of time, they load up the battle screen, which is the size of the room, and you fight inside the room, and then when you're out of battle, that you'd walk around with a controller, I guess, and you'd walk around the world like this. When you get into battle, it teleports you into a room, which is unrealistic, but you teleport into the battle room like what most RPG games do. You get transported to a magical fighting realm. But yeah, like, I don't know. I would love to play a really VR RPG game. I would love to be running around with a sword and not getting in trouble. And leveling up in a real world situation. Again, Pokemon Go kind of had that thing, but really, that wasn't close to what I want to do. Sure, you could walk around, you can see a Pikachu, and you can throw imaginary Pokeball, and you'll catch it, and then you can battle with it, sure. But it's not, I want to be the RPG. I want to be swinging and rolling around and jumping and getting the exercise. Not watching Pikachu do somersault attacks, you know what I mean? Anyway, I don't know, just, it's close, but it's still not where I want to be. Is those old movie undercover cop vehicles? Oh. This better go really fast. How else will the cops catch the bad guys? I'd already been doing 90 in my fake car. So yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. The treadmill's only one player as well. You won't be able to play RPGs. Nailed it. She's fine, everybody. She looks absolutely calm and cool. But yeah, Pokemon Go was more like augmented reality. If that's what it takes, like, great. I would love to have an RPG in an augmented reality where monsters appear, but you can still attack them and get attacked. And again, going up, I just like going up levels. I don't have, the RPG games that I play, I'm just happy to go up levels. Now that's how you make a turn! Oh my goodness, I can't stay on the road though, but I can make turns. I can't drive straight, I can only make turns. But yeah. Either way, my bad for just going off on like a childish, a childish story, but I don't know if all of you are too shy to ask me questions. I mean, I can't go too personal. I can't be like, I went to this place and I took these classes, because... Wait, can I push that car into the drink, as they would say? No, okay. But perhaps if I prop this one, forget hoverboards. Where's my nerve gear? What about the people keep talking about like the old 1980s like smell-o-vision and stuff, and I'm like, why? I mean, again, in an RPG game, I don't, when I go to a sewer, I don't want to smell that. When I go to like a rotten bog kind of thing, I don't want to smell that. Oh, this car, no, stuff disappeared. They all disappeared. If the camera looks away, things disappear. I can't get it anyway. I heard of stuff like that. Again, the 3D having senses in games. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely, like, again, getting hit and having to feel pain, I don't know how that would go over with people. Some people will be fine with that, some people don't want to feel pain. That's why you play video games and you crash on a skateboard. I don't have to feel that pain. You know what I mean? I don't have to deal with that. Oh, this car could handle 100 and something and I could turn on a dime? But yeah, I don't know. Just more thoughts. Any questions about my amazing world that I made up? Oh, nice! And I kept it over 100? Nerve Gear was a full dive type VR. Nerve Gear. I could see something like hitting you and there would be a whole bunch of like pads all over the armor, the little gear that you would wear. And if you got hit in the arm, the thing would kick into your arm. I could see that kind of working that way. It'd be an interesting, I don't know, just interesting, yeah, interesting experience. I wouldn't want to feel pain though, again. I don't play games because I want to feel pain. I play games because I love the story and the journey and the music, and I like leveling up. So watch me lose my lights. I didn't lose my lights? I'm disappointed. I only lost my bumper. Let's turn left and brake. Nope, that didn't do anything either. How come the first time I jammed on my brakes and my whole front of my car just left the front of my car? I'm disappointed. Don't worry, they're not real. And she fizzled back green into existence. This car does not want to lose its front lights. Yeah, it's so weird. Okay, it's very weird to watch that. So yeah, okay. I like your idea, because now you're going into the anime stuff, where you go to sleep and you wake up into a thing. It'd be all dreamlike. That would be interesting too. Again, the whole reason why I want to go outside and fight is because it'd be an actual physical workout. You just don't sit or lay down and do stuff. We're already lazy enough as we are. I don't want that. I don't want that technology. That can go away. I still think outside and running around would be better. But I don't know. By the way we're going, I think humanity would probably want to just go to sleep and then do all their stuff from asleep. Ooh, I dodged those trees, thank goodness. If I hit these cars, like the car, there's no accidents in this game. Like my car is fine. Those cars, one fizzled out of existence. Oh, and when my car shifts, the green stuff comes out of the exhausts? I saw that. Ah! Oh, you live. Lucky you. Yeah, there's no accident. You just stop and she gets out of the car and then we fly away. Only the Matrix is just simulating reality, which is boring. So you would think the Matrix is boring? Because I like it that no one's getting hurt. You know what I mean? I kind of like this, that no one, like, there's no real violence here because no one's actually getting hurt. Is that a big I thought that thing right there. Wait for it. Where was it? Right there. You see it now? The black car that I was looking down at the bottom of the screen, basically? There's a big spoiler onto it. I'm talking like one of those ones that makes the car fly, and when I got close, it was this thing behind the thing and the shadow of it. But yeah, I was really hoping for like a real supercar. You know, you know what I mean? One of those super crazy cars, but it wasn't. Okay, I can still bounce off of the stuff in the trees. Interesting. Either way, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Ooh, okay, a little too narrow. Oh, we made it through. Nice. Okay, either way. My bad. I got lost in this game, and then I drove and flew around a bunch, and the game is absolutely pretty. Is this going to be a game? Because, like, at this point, like, there's a Harry Potter game coming out. Final Fantasy 16 is coming out. Like, there's games that I know I would like to play on the PlayStation 5. I just don't know if you Heavenlies want me to play those games and more. I've been happily going through my Switch games, and I've been happily going through my free PlayStation 5 games, and I still have all my other games that I wanted to play, minus the RPGs now. But yeah, like, I don't know. Oh, that's so crazy. We're flying through, and the rooms are... You can see into the rooms as you're moving, and they're actually not... It's not a picture anymore. How many games was it that this was just a picture? And now these rooms are actually in there and 3D. It's crazy awesome. I love it. Can I turn it nighttime? Sun rotation? I can't seem to make it nighttime, sadly. Yeah, main menu? Oh, okay. That just sends me back to the main menu. Well, cool. Explore the settings, start the chase. Either way, this has been a nice little treat. I like this little demo that I got. But now I could finally uninstall it. It was literally there. It's not taking up a lot of space, but like I am not one to like keep something on my system after I beat it and then leave it. I usually just delete all the games, but maybe they're gonna make a game system that can hold games. We're still in the technology era where after a few games, your system is full. You have to either A, buy other external hard drive stuff, put it in a bigger one, and you still can't hold all your games. Hence the reason why, I don't know, I like digital stuff and just put it all in the cloud and then just download it and play it from there, but... yeah, the Unreal Engine 5 experience, that was, it's nice to see graphics like this. Again, I have no problem, because I literally just finished a 1990 RPG game. I have no problem with old school graphics, and I can play it and my eyes don't burn out. But also, I like seeing how far we can start pushing games and systems and stuff. PC games have been running around looking like this for a while now. But good to see home console systems look like this now. And I don't know, I like to see newer technology and seeing how they now update the graphics by adding, like, instead of having everything squares, adding triangle edges to them. And whatnot. The ray tracing again is still amazing. And it's a good touch to a video game, instead of having like a fake reflection or something that doesn't even follow you. Yeah, so there's a whole lot going on. It's, again, just looking at the little cutscene flicking by, it's nice. But yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed the 2 little games I played tonight. My bad. I have to somehow contact Art and possibly also Sony? I guess? Are they the ones who would be dealing with PlayStation Network games that don't play on the system? Yeah, we'll see. I have some work ahead of me now. If I can't play my donation game at all, we're in trouble. So I kind of want to get that solved, but I'll have to figure out how to go about it. But yeah, other than that, this has been fun. My bad for like not a full live stream, but yeah, when that game didn't work, I felt like I don't want to play any games now. I gotta get this solved. But I'm glad I played a little bit of skateboarding and a little bit of this Matrix. Again, maybe I don't know, somebody told me not to watch the Matrix now. And now I'm like, oh no, why can't I watch the Matrix? What have they done? I thought this was gonna be a kid's movie. So we'll see. I don't know. I was thinking about watching them. Now I kind of don't. I don't know why Mal would say it's not okay for me to watch, and it would be okay. So I don't know. Either way, I'll trust their opinion. But yeah, I guess I have not a whole lot else to say. If you have a PS5, I say it's a free little demo. Pop it in and see how it plays. Let me know what you think. I mean, it's a wonderful treat to play something this shiny and pretty. So yeah, glad I gave this a little whirl. Wish I could have done this sooner, but life is what it does, and I actually had a chance to do this, so I'm just grateful for that. So without further ado, thanks Heavenlies for showing up and watching, and seriously, if you like what I'm doing, please hit those buttons. You know what to do by now. And I will see you all in the next episode. Take care.